It's still snowing.
Another storm produced from the bomb cyclone hit where I was camping. This time, it brought about 6 inches of fresh snow to play in. It was like stepping into a snow globe from another time. Time stood still as the snowflakes gracefully landed, adding a fluffy white blanket of snow. There is something healing when life stands still like this. The inner child comes out, and I'm able to appreciate the reminder that life comes in cycles. It's a constant in a world of change and uncertainty. We know it's coming. We know what it brings. It brings new life. Eventually, the flowers will bloom, and we'll enter into a new phase of life. But right now, it's time to be calm and to restore our little hearts. There was something about this storm that pushed me into my grief again. The cycles of grief are difficult because I never know when they'll hit. My boys loved playing in the snow. This one time, it snowed 6 inches in San Diego County, and I took all 3 of my boys to play in this snow. I'm so thankful to have filmed part of that day. Well, it's finally here. This is what the cyclone dropped. The cyclone bomb, whatever the heck that thing was called. Here's the results in the mountains. The cold makes it really hard to keep my camera batteries charged, and my battery's dead now, so I'm gonna head back to the camper and charge up a little bit, and then we're gonna come back out, maybe go down to the river. But it is actively snowing right now. So much snow. And for those of you wondering, I'm using a dog bag to protect my camera. I should probably color coordinate a little bit better. Oh well. I'm warm. That's all that matters. It's hard to walk in the snow. Need some snowshoes. I cleared up that whole section and it's already getting covered again. I guess I better just go inside and make some coffee and some breakfast. What do you think? Did you have a good play in the snow? Okay. And another advantage of on a hike in the snow is that when you get back to your camper, you're sweating because you exercised. So the goal is to get these layers off before I start sweating. That way, I don't get wet. And I've hung hooks everywhere so I can easily dry out my jackets. Whew. I'm hot now. I'll dry out my coat. Even with the raincoat, I got wet because I didn't zip it. I'm extremely emotional right now. I will get it together, I promise. It's just right now, my grief is all over the place and I'm a hot mess. And you know what? Jesus loves me in my mess. He loves me when I'm not a mess, but when am I not? So it's normal. We're okay. But this has been so difficult. I think when the vet tech shared with me when I picked up Agron's ashes, and she was like, you know, it could be a couple of months before you process this grief fully, or like where it hits you completely. And she said there could be a situation that happens that just, that's it. And this is it. I'm in it. I am feeling it. I am crying and I can't stop. And I'm just like, what is happening? Another slushy, like rainy, snowy, wintry mix day. It's not too cold, which is why it's slushy and rainy and gross, but it's accumulating the slush on everything. And last night it was raining pretty hard, and I heard hi, thank you. And it woke me up a few times, and I was a little bit panicked, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting wet, and I wasn't. So I'm hoping to finally get some peace knowing that I'm staying dry in this camper, because that A-frame style camper was a whole different story. But we're probably leaving Washington here soon. I'm just kind of over this slushy mess. I'm ready to see something new, and unfortunately things have changed in my life. Circumstances have changed. I'll go lay down. I had plans on going to Alaska. I had a job this summer up there, and unfortunately with Pike's surgery that set me back. So all of the funds that I had saved for the gas to get there and back had to go towards his surgery. So unfortunately Alaska is out for me, which is why I was staying up in Central Washington. So that is allowing me to do something different and find something that's going to allow me to financially secure myself and get back on track. And Alaska will always be there, but yeah, I'm thinking it's time to leave Washington. I don't know when exactly I'm leaving, but probably sometime next week, and we will head south and try to figure out what the best next step is for this little family of mine. So it's been fun in Washington. I'm kind of sad to leave. I was looking forward to spending a lot of the time here this winter, but since Alaska's out, there's really no reason for me to be staying here. So I'm gonna head on to new places. After the storm settled, it left a beautiful reminder that while it might not feel this way in the moment, the storm always passes. I found myself driving into Leavenworth, Washington, just before the winter festivities started. Even though the sun was setting, I kept driving up the mountain. I decided to walk down to the river and see the last bits of daylight grasp a hold of the surrounding landscape. I was speechless. We're gonna go get a hobby.
So hard to see from the moment we arrive. Cornelia, you are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. Of you and of all I should have done. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're in, the place you're from, your wealth or the color of your skin. When all you have burns to the sky, it's all too late. You wonder why, Cornelia. Your everyday is a struggle and a strife. But don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive.
I bought all of this fabric plus 2 pieces that I've already used to sew my other seat cover here for $4. It was 90% off their fall section at Hobby Lobby. And I think it was like 80 cents a yard or something like that. I don't know, I spent less than $5 for all of this fabric. And I'm not going to use it all. So I'm thinking of covering this pillow and just maybe making something. I don't know, I'm on a crafty kick lately. So I'm thinking, what can I do this winter to like not lose my mind when it gets dark at 4? So this seems to be it. That and macrame. But cool fact about macrame, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, oh yeah, back when I was a kid, we used to do macrame, and my grandmother would sell it at work. And I'm like, that is so cool, my dad did that. Like anyway, I know it's kind of like an old school design or whatever, but I think it's coming back, especially with like the boho movement. So, but it's super like practical. Like you can make so much stuff just with tying knots. So I think this morning I'm going to finish covering this seat. I've done most of it, but I didn't film a whole lot, like, because I'm not a professional sewer, and I'm doing this all by hand, you guys, but this is what I've done so far. All I have left is the bottom cover here. I'm hoping that it won't take me all day. It didn't take me very long to do the other 3, but I'm just not very good at it. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I make it way harder for myself, and I'm really trying to make it look decent. I don't really care what the stitching looks like because it's going to be awful, because I'm doing this by hand. I don't have a sewing machine, and I don't even know how to sew other than I can put it together. I should say I don't know how to sew well. Anyway, so I think I'm going to cover this up and then see how I'm feeling. But I think I'm going to make some breakfast after that, and then maybe tackle this guy, put this guy as a pillow, because I think that this would look good on the bed as a, like, to connect the two. And then I have a few more projects that I could work on, but I did a lot yesterday and I'm like super proud of it. So I'm not a crafty, handy person. So like, this is a big accomplishment for me to recover these. I mean, I don't want to knock the 1950s diner teal. It's just not my style. So yeah, this is a huge moment for me, because like, I don't know how to find this particular size of seat covers online, and they're super expensive even if you can find them. So this is a cheap alternative that I'm all for. Okay, all for. And it's giving me something to do yesterday, so we're looking like it's gonna give me something to do today too. One of the most important things I have learned in this whole process is to keep track of your needle and your pins. They will poke you in the butt where you lay. So I think what we're going to do now is put on Larry's video, his latest video, and just knock this out real quick. And do not use this video as a learning tool, other than to find inspiration to do this on your own. Because I'm sure all my sewing peeps out there are looking at this like, girl, what are you doing? You are butchering this. And I am well aware of that. But what I am doing, because I don't want to sew corners and all that crap, I'm using elastic to help me connect the pieces. But I've learned that I really don't need to do that. The only reason why I am doing that is so that I can wash this stuff later. So I guess in a sense that's a need. But basically I'll cut to size and I'll sew it where it's a little like that, so that it'll tighten. But that's how it's been working in my head, and it's okay. It's not the greatest.
How do you? No, you don't want. No, you don't want Mason to have it. Okay. That's his bone, but you can't take it. He found it.
All right, almost the last one of the last stitches. My stitch work is not very good, you guys. I am already aware, but here's the thing. I don't care. I paid a whopping $5 for this, so my talents are building, and I am learning things, and I am making things, and it goes in to my memory bank as hard earned stuff that I made with my own 2 hands, and I can only get better from here. So let's put this on. I'm so excited about it. And let's see how it looks. But first, this is a great opportunity to clean this surface. I like to clean the surfaces underneath the bed and underneath the, regularly, just because moisture builds up and I just want a clean space, plus dog hair, and it just makes me feel really good. So let's do that real quick. I have a little bit of storage under here, but I haven't put anything in here yet. maybe I'll find a useful home for that. This side looks pretty terrible, so that's gonna be the back. Now, when I got this Casita, the wall is gone, so I don't really have a wall here, which helps keep the dinette in place, because I can't really put it like this, because I don't have a wall there anymore. They took it out. So we're gonna set it right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks so much better. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys, I feel so good about this. I can't wait to cover this cushion. I'll probably do that later, but I think now it's time to make some coffee and some breakfast. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet. I knocked all of that out. I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I am. So let's make some coffee, some breakfast, and eat at our dinette with our new cushions. Eee!